because you get a couple of extra points for AP, which is just kind of like, hey, I may be killing myself, but at least I'm getting a good GPA. Ugh. Hi guys, it's Avalon here. Welcome back to Simply Avalon. And today, as you can tell from the title down below, I'm going to finally give you guys my first semester checkup for junior year. To be totally honest, I don't know why I appeared, whoa, just dropped my phone, but it's okay. I don't know why I appear so happy on this video because honestly, the first semester was interesting and that's putting it nicely. I think I took way too many classes, and it's not even a think. I know I took too many classes, and I took too many of the wrong classes, to say the least. But I did pull out all A's, so that's good, and I'll just talk about this semester in general, I guess now. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Firstly, if you guys are wondering though, just like a quick disclaimer, if I'm looking down, it's because I got a notebook. And also, if you're wondering why this is slightly later, because the new semester is beginning, as in now it's beginning, the next tomorrow or sooner or later it's going to begin soon. But let's go ahead and get started. First class that we're going to go over is AP Chemistry. Everybody kind of wanted to hear about that because, to be totally honest, not a lot of YouTubers take that class, and the YouTubers who do take that class, most of them don't talk about it, and I can totally tell you why they don't talk about it. The class is literally horrible. I'm sitting through this class and this is how I am the entire time. Do you understand what he's saying? I'm sorry, I can't help you. But don't worry, I'm going to still make a 3 or 4 anyway because I don't have to pay attention in class because my brain it automatically registers his voice. Y'all heard that too? That's possible? That's actually how my class is. Literally everybody but 2 students. And we're just kind of like, we're just going with the flow at this point because, you know what? If you already know you're gonna fail, you might as well be resigned to the truth that you're going to fail. And let me just put it this way. We took a practice exam for the AP Chemistry exam. And you know what your girl made on it? Now, I will give myself a little prop here. I made a 2.5, so I could have been propped up to a 3, but really I was a 2. Anyway, I did make a 2 on the first time that I actually took a practice exam, but we had only studied a 1/6 of the content that is going to be on the exam. And not only that, most of it was on equilibrium, and anybody who has studied chemistry knows that equilibrium is probably one of the harder topics that you're going to talk about, if not the hardest topic that you're going to talk about when it comes to chemistry. So the fact that most of the questions were on equilibrium and we hadn't even studied that in the class, it was just kind of like, you know what, it was a wash. It was a wash. It's okay. I'll take it. And just so you guys know, a passing grade for the AP is a 3. So in a way, most people would say that's actually pretty good because it means that if you didn't really know it and you got 2 by guessing on half of the questions, then you're setting yourself pretty well up for getting a 3 later on when you actually sort of know what you're doing. But I don't want a 3, I want at least a 4 because my schools that I want to go to will only take a 4 or 5 on this exam. So I really gotta pick up the pace. You get what I'm saying? Which is why I got my best friend, Barron's AP. This is not at all sponsored by them, but to be totally honest, if you're taking AP Chem, AP any science, use Barron's because they will save your life. But let's talk about our exam. I think I made a solid B, maybe. That's pushing it a tiny bit for our final exam. And the only reason that I did so poorly on it is because I didn't study as much as I should have. And to say the least, the reason why I did that is because I thought that he was going to do an AP exam. That's what he basically told us, that he was going to take questions from the AP exam and free responses from the AP exam. You can't study for the AP exam because we haven't learned all of the content from the AP exam. So I was just kind of like, why should I even waste my time? But AP Chem was also the last exam. So with how my school does it, you have 2 exams on Monday, 2 exams on Tuesday, and then 1 exam on Wednesday. So AP Chem was that last exam on Wednesday. And I was at that point, I was already mentally checked out. I was already in winter break. Like literally my mind was already saying, yeah, that was me. So the sad thing is I'm one of the upper tier students in that class, which that should tell you all you need to know, that I am trying. I will say, even though I don't know what I'm doing half the time, I will learn it probably like 2 weeks after the fact, but I will learn it. So for the AP exam, and with the help of crash course videos, thanks Hank Green, your girl will probably pass the exam, but we'll see. I will definitely give you guys an update on that later. So my second class is AP English, and as most of you guys know from my blog and then also from my last update that I did for school, AP English is it is my favorite class that I have to go to the 4 days out of 5 days of the week. Like I love AP English. I hate the homework that she gives us because she gives us so much homework, but I love the class. I love her as a teacher. She's a great person and she's made the class so much fun, at least as fun as an AP class can be, if that makes sense. Either way, we went through The Great Gatsby, we went through Slaughterhouse-Five, which I hate that book with a burning passion, and we did Frankenstein. I really like Frankenstein, to be totally honest, and I really loved Great Gatsby. As you guys know, I already read The Great Gatsby, but that's such an awesome book. Oh, love that book. Anyway, AP History. This class is going to be a ton of work to study for after taking the practice AP History exam. Like, there's just so much history that we still have to learn, and we are in the 40s now? So we are getting closer, but we are definitely not in the 21st century. Then again, let's be honest, if we were in the 21st century, then like what in the world would we do second semester? So I guess we are going at a good enough pace. Some of my friends at other schools have said that they are on the same schedule as my class, so I'm not too worried about it. Really love my teacher. Not necessarily sure we're gonna learn all of the content, not as in like, it's not even learning all of the content, but absorbing all of the content. So we'll see what happens. I think I'll do pretty well in that exam though. I'm not too worried about it, other than the fact that the multiple choice questions are going to be a pain. But either way, I really enjoyed it. I think I did okay on the AP History exam, but yeah, AP History has been going pretty well. German also has been going pretty well. I've actually, first quarter was horrible because I slacked off because I just didn't feel like learning the vocabulary. I didn't see a point because I was just kind of like, I want to be fluent, but it's just not gonna happen. It's not clicking, you know? Was ist Deutsch? Was ist Deutsch? But it's coming through now. Second quarter, I definitely did a complete 360 and I was just kind of like, we're going to be the best student that we can be. And I kind of just got off my senioritis, to be totally honest. Happy it hit me early. But yeah, we're learning really well. I think I did very well. Actually, I know I did very well on the exam because the teacher actually told me that she was really impressed with the work that I gave. And I was just like, A+, yes. And I also got an A+ that quarter too. So although this is not an AP class, that'll still do wonders for my GPA and hopefully shoot me upwards in the standing for students. And we're back and the lighting didn't change, so goals. So, I think I basically said everything I needed to say about German. It's going well. I'm actually more confident in the fact that I think I could get fluent, or at least I'll only have to take like 1 year's worth of German in college so that I can go on to a different language. Because as a few of you guys know, my goal is to be trilingual ultimately, which would be learning German, Spanish, and English. Although, to be totally honest, that could change really quickly, especially since I want to learn Russian also. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if your girl will become the linguinist. Linguinist. Is that how you say the word? I'm sorry. Don't kill me in the comments. So my next class is pre-cal. As some of you guys know, I started off with a pretty rough patch because I really disliked the teacher at the start of the class, to be totally honest. He just never really got to the point in his classes, and I'm the type of person who gets bored very easily, especially when I find that your subject is sort of dumb. Now, I do like math. I'm not going to say that I don't like math. I don't find it stupid, to say the least. I see where you would need it in the real world, but I don't see where you would need certain aspects of it in the real world. So like, if I don't see the point of what you're doing, it's very hard for me to focus in and hone in on what you are saying. So if you are going to take a long roundabout way of teaching me how to do something that is super simple, I just can't do it. So he did change his curriculum a tiny bit so that he gives us notes in class so that we can actually follow along. And it's made it better. And his attitude is still the same. It's just kind of like, I've learned how to put up with it now, because it's just one of those things where it's like, you know, there's those certain people who know that they are rude, and he has said that he knows that he has come off rude in the past, and that other students have said it, but they don't make any changes about it. It's just like, that's just ingrained in their personality, and it's kind of like, you don't fault them for it anymore, because they just don't even know what they're doing, personality-wise. So I do like him as a teacher now. We kind of have like an understanding to say, and I'm actually learning, so I will say that that happened. Do I think we're gonna get through all of our material this year? No, it's not. At the pace that we are going, I don't see it happening, but at the same time, this class is meant to prepare us for calculus anyway, so as long as I am ready for calculus and the calculus teacher is good enough that they can bridge that gap, I don't think it'll be too big of an issue, because I'll still be able to take AP Calculus if I want to next year. But either way, pre-cal is going well. I have an A+ in that class also, so we're doing pretty well GPA-wise this year. The only classes that have brought me down even a tiny bit are the really dumb classes, to tell you the truth, and we'll get to that in a second. So my next class is journalism. As you guys know, I am the editor for my newspaper at my school, so I have to take journalism, obviously. I really love journalism though. Although I'm gonna be totally honest, this past year, since I've been taking extra classes that I didn't need to take, but I just wanted to take them and get them out of the way, because I did that, I kind of had to use that period to do other stuff that was not journalism related, as in I was doing math homework or I was doing AP Chem stuff during that class, because I just couldn't get it all done in one night. And that kind of affected my quality of writing. But at the same time, we got to make portfolios. So if you want to check out my portfolio site, I'll link it down below. I got to design my own portfolio for all of the work that I do for the TA night writer. Not going to tell you guys my school, obviously, because that's sort of creepy, but yeah. So I also took the dumbest class, and don't ever do what I did. I took ACT prep, and I was thinking that, hey, it'll give me a GPA boost, which technically it was supposed to, because it's meant to be an easy class. But you shouldn't take that class if you're already overworked as it is, because there's just no point to it. It's literally, I think that my ACT score could actually suffer because I took this class, because literally it's not even a class, it's online, firstly, just in case you guys are wondering. I'm not trying to diss a teacher or anything. It's this thing where like you have to do 5 of the lessons each week, and they take like 15 minutes or so. So 5 lessons each week, and the deadlines are immediate, they're rigid. So one time my portal didn't actually work, and I sent the teacher an email saying that the portal didn't work for me, and since I don't actually have the class period to do it, I thought it was a good enough excuse, because honestly, in my opinion, it is. I try and wait till like Friday night to do it, because I just don't have time in my schedule to do it. So I know I shouldn't put it off to the very end of the week, and I should get it done over the weekend. But over the weekend, I don't have free time. I'm doing work for other classes, because all the teachers think that, hey, my students have time over the weekend, so they give you work. Oh, don't get me started on that. But ACT prep, I got a 50 on one of them because I turned it in late, and you automatically get a 50 if you turn one of them in late. And that dropped my grade down from a perfect 100 to like a 93 or something like that. So I have a low A- in that class. And there was no way I was gonna do the bonus, because the bonus was literally doing an entire ACT exam online. So if it was in a book, I'd be willing to do it. That's not an issue at all. I'm totally fine with doing book work. But if I'm gonna have to do an ACT online, that actually means that I'm going to have to, it messes up your entire work ethic and work plan, if that makes sense. For instance, if you're taking the actual ACT, you know how it is. You have your booklet, and then you have your answer booklet. So you can access whatever you're reading, you can access whatever summary passage that they have, and the questions on your booklet, while also looking at your answer sheet and jot down answers. When you're doing it online, they're on the same screen, so you're gonna have to scroll down to look at your answers, then scroll back up to see if your answer's correct. It's horrible. I hate it so very much. So I hated the website that we used. So I was just kind of like, I'm over this at this point, and I was really just not into it. I think it would have been good if I would have actually taken it as a normal class and actually had like sit down time as in a period during my school day to actually do it and not have been a stress with my other classes. Would it have been okay? Yes. But it's a type of thing where like you can easily slack off with it, and I don't think it necessarily helps you if you don't have the time and patience to actually put the effort into the class. So I'm happy it's only one semester because I wouldn't have been able to give any more of my time and effort towards it, which ugh. So my last class to talk about is Art 2, and I'm so sorry that this video has gotten so long. Honestly, I just love talking about my classes, and I feel like you guys will enjoy these sit-down videos also. But Art 2 was a journey. I did a lot of graphic design work because that's actually what I'm really into, to be totally honest, and that was a lot of fun. But at the same time, I also had to do like normal art, so like your paintings, your sketches, I'm really into that, but I just take so long to work. I'm the type of person who literally will take like a solid month to do an entire piece. And it's just kind of like you see everybody else in the class who it takes them a week or 2 weeks for really solid, really good work. And I'm just over here like, I can't draw a line. But that class went really well. This is the one class where I can relax, chill, and actually do what I want to do and kind of like sketch, listen to music. I'm loving it. That is the class that I needed this entire time. So those are all of the classes that I'm taking this past semester, well, that I took this past semester, sorry. And let's go ahead and end it and tell you guys the classes that I'm taking this coming semester or next semester. I am going to be continuing to take AP Chem. I will be taking AP English, AP English Language, in case you were wondering. No. Is it? Yeah, language, in case you're wondering. And then I'm taking AP US History, German 3, Pre-Calculus, Journalism, and Art 2. So the only change in my schedule will be the fact that I don't have art ACT prep, which is like, praise, because I didn't need that class. I don't need that drama in my life. And then I also submitted 2 different applications. I will let you guys know what happens with those applications because those are totally separate. It has nothing to do with like school in the traditional sense, so it has nothing to do with the school that I attend, has everything to do with like what I'm interested in doing later on. We'll see what happens with those. I will definitely let you guys know what happens, just so you guys can also know about different things that you guys can actually sign up for and try and attend, because I feel like it's really interesting. Opportunities are everywhere. You just have to know where to search for them. And also soccer season is going to be starting up. My first day of school is actually our first official practice. I'm really excited about that, especially since I've actually been doing the winter workouts. Coach Barry, I told you I would. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Honestly, I don't know how I'm going to edit this video because it's going to be a solid 24 minutes, and hopefully you guys won't get annoyed by that and you stuck. If you stuck around for this long, then definitely shoot me a comment saying like unicorn or something random, and I will like you and pin you to the top. Bye guys.